Alright, in this video, let's continue on with the construct statement and add to it some control blocks and some information that helps control what happens while the user has access to it. So I'm just going to paste in some code here that we're going to use to see just how these control blocks available with the construct statement work. Let's start with this one, an on-idle statement. On idle 10, exit construct. What that says is while the user is in the construct mode, so they've triggered the query, in our example, the query action, while they are in that, if they're idle for 10 seconds, we're going to go ahead and issue an exit construct, and that will drop us out of the construct statement completely. I've also, by adding one of these control blocks in here, I've had to add an end construct statement. So I'm securing the beginning and the end of the construct statement here now that I'm adding some control blocks to be used within the construct statement itself. The next one here to look at is before construct. Now this says issue an instruction or this code takes effect right before control goes to the user, and what I'm going to do here is just simply force the next field to be store name. What that's going to do is simply make the cursor available in the store name field to begin with. So instead of it starting in store num as the order would indicate, it's going to start in store name. So again, a control block called before construct. What am I going to do in that moment? I'm going to push the cursor to the next field, and I'm naming which field I want it to be positioned at. Another control block here is before field, and here we're going to say before field store name. Let's go ahead and put a message up here. So before field, before the user has access to the field, let's display this message. Now there are other control blocks available as well, such as after construct and after field, and a variety of other helpful statements that you can use within a construct, and I'd encourage you to look at the documentation on Query by Example to review those and to understand those. But generally they work in such a way that while the user is in the construct statement, or while the user is performing this query by example, you can help them to navigate. You can also manage kind of what happens while they're in that block. So let's go ahead and compile and run this with this new code within it and see the difference here. Okay, so here we are in our little program. I choose query, and you can see there's the 3 fields available to query on. Notice my cursor is directly in the store name field because of my before field control block in the construct statement. And you can see my message has appeared below the use the star for a wildcard symbol information. Now I've entered some information here, but I'm just sitting and going idle for those 10 seconds to see how that control block will work. Now after the 10 seconds, the next statement is to exit the construct, which will exit us out of the construct, but notice it went ahead and accepted the query information that I had entered in there. So there we are, exited, so the exit construct is accepting what we had and exiting us out of the construct, and we're back at the menu again. Okay, so again, the control blocks are helpful for managing the user, managing the program, even though control has been turned over to them while they are setting up their search criteria.